Many people believe that they know what invasive species are. Invasive species are non-native species to an ecosystem that can cause harm to the economic, environment, or human health. In addition, invasive species come in all forms and sizes and is not just limited to just plants and animals. Invasive species can also be pathogens and microbes. Over the years, many laws have been created to help prevent invasive species from spreading to other places. The Executive Order 13112 was created to take steps to prevent the introduction and spread of invasive species. In addition, it also created support to prevent invasive species from spreading further, as well as getting rid of ones that were already deemed to be dangerous. However, there's been a major debate on whether invasive species are dangerous or not. According to Erica Good, who created an article called "Invasive Species Aren't Always Unwanted," she states that most invasive species do not actually harm the environment and can actually help the environment rather than harm it. One example is the house sparrow. It's originally from the Middle East. However, most people in the United States consider the house sparrow a native species. In general, the house sparrow doesn't cause any damage to the ecosystem, and most of the time it's not even beneficial. The eucalyptus tree, on the other hand, is actually beneficial. It's an invasive species that was originally not from the United States, and it was brought overseas and planted in the U.S. The monarch butterfly has been known to spend their winters in the branches of the eucalyptus tree. It's been mutually beneficial to the monarch butterfly to have the eucalyptus tree in existence. Because of this, it's helped the population of monarch butterfly increase instead of making it decrease. In addition, the phrasing of words has caused a major problem with invasive species. Most scientists automatically use the word harmful, dangerous, must be destroyed, or other similar terms, instead of actually doing complete research on each individual species. Because of this, most of the time, scientists do not really understand that some invasive species might not really be as dangerous as people think. However, the other side of the debate shows that invasive species are extremely dangerous. For example, the Asian tiger mosquito, which was first detected in the United States in the mid-1980s, came through tire trade shipments from Asia. From there, they have spread across the whole eastern portion of the United States and has been found in some areas of the western portions of the United States. Due to the movement of the species, it could displace the native western treehole mosquito, which is located in the western portion of the United States. The reason for this displacement is due to different species competing for the same water sources and food sources. In order to test the chances of this possible displacement, a study was done where the scientists collected multiple samples of each species' larva. The species were then enclosed in water bodies to grow, and then when they are hatched at the same time in a similar solution, the adults were then killed and were measured after the eggs were produced. There was then a correlation created regarding the wing size of the females to the number of the eggs produced, which can be seen in the figure. And on this figure, as you see, the greater the wing length, the greater amount of eggs that are formed. Due to this, they were able to figure out that the Asian tiger mosquito had an increase in density while the western treehole mosquito actually decreased. Thus, they assumed that the Asian tiger mosquito was more dominant of the two species. On this table, you can also see the same thing, with the Asian tiger mosquito being Alabopicus and the western treehole mosquito being Ceresis. You can see that the survival rate for the Asian tiger mosquito is greater than the survival of the western treehole mosquito. In addition, another example is the cane toad. The cane toad is a native species to Central and South America. However, due to the destructive beetle and Australia's sugarcane crops, the cane toad was introduced to help control the beetle population. However, this plan backfired because the toads were able to poison predators that tried to eat them, thus allowing the toad's population to spread across Australia. In addition, the toad is able to lay between 8,000 to 30,000 eggs a year, compared to the Australian frog, which can only lay between 1,000 to 2,000 eggs a year. This has caused the cane toad to push out native species, forcing species into new habitats which might not be suited for them. In addition, the cane toad doesn't just eat those beetles. It also eats other native species, thus causing a decline in many insect and even bee populations. As you can see on this map, the present distribution line from 2008 only shows a small portion of Australia, while the green portion shows even a greater area that it can eventually cover. In conclusion, invasive species are not just located in the United States, they're also located all around the world. Overall, they're more dangerous than actually beneficial. However, more comprehensive studies need to be done in order to see the impacts, as well as seeing how will they affect every